everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Sorry. I am 4 minutes late. Thread all over me. Good heavens. As you join in, excuse me, as you come on, tell me, hi, Sandra. Hello, hello. Oh, just needed one more cup this morning. Hey there, did Steve watch the game? The Titans lost. Oh, no. We did not watch the game. He was probably out. No, he was working on something in the garage. I remember. He was working on something in the garage, and it wasn't going all that great. So in fact, we have to go to Home Depot after this so that we can do it again. Hi, Robin. Hello, Loretta. The Bucks won. I didn't even realize the Bucks were playing. We were scrolling through something yesterday, and I remember thinking, I wonder if the Bucks are playing soon. And wow, that's good. Gosh, what's happening with this blouse today? What's really? Honestly, we slept in a little bit this morning, as seems par for the course lately. And I was kind of jamming to get here on time, and then my mouse wouldn't work. So it's just been a morning. So I'm having a second cup of coffee, and then I'm here, been waiting in Vail, Arizona. Hi, Thelma. Hi, Jean. Who else? Dubravka. Hi, Dubravka. Hi, Madeline. Hi, Alex. Oh, God. I'll say this. There's some days where I think we've already established that I drink too much coffee, which I do have to start kind of tapering that off because too much is not good. And usually in the morning, I just have one big cup, one big mug. But today, this is my second one, and it's going down like gold. It's just fantastic. Very raspy this morning. Okay. Hi, Betsy. All right, what are we doing today? I will say this, on our little vacation that we took, we were so we didn't drive from where we are in Florida, in Central Florida, down on the Central Coast. We're on the coast. It's in the middle of the state, approximately. Okay, that's where we are. From us to Key West, which is where we were going, is about, it's a good 9 hours. It's a good 9 hours. And that's if you're not like dilly-dallying, right? Okay, so we're going to work on the third leaf, and I'm going to tell you about my trip, and I'm going to tell you about my trip. Now that I'm back, the laundry, I think the laundry is officially done. I have to do the ironing later on today. Come closer. Come sit up here. Here. Not that close. Okay. Let's see. All right. So, maybe not that. Okay, that works. All right. I'm taking this leaf. I'm taking the stem off. This thing's getting a workout this weekend. Yeah, because it's not squared up. And Madeline, sweet Madeline, sent me a she posted on Facebook, which, by the way, I'm gonna towards the end of today's live, I'm gonna go through and do some of you have posted some amazing projects some of you on this leaf project alone Fantastic. Out of this world. I'm a serious overabundance of tea person. I love coffee, but it makes my heart race like crazy. Yeah, I think you can have too much coffee. Just leave it at that. You have too much caffeine. Not good for the ticker. Um, I do love tea. Uh, in fact, I need to get some more tea. For a while there, I had bought a lot of tea, and I had a drawer, a big, huge drawer in my kitchen, full of all kinds of different teas. And then, just like with my quilting, one day I decided, you know what? Before we buy more tea, let's try and use some of the tea that we have. Um, but yeah, I do love a good cup of tea. All right. So now that this is out, I should have printed what what Madeline sent me. All right, let me go back. Sorry, I know it's rude. I shouldn't have my phone out, but I gotta find her post and see, because it looked a little bit more. Let's see here. 1/4 inch seam. Supposedly, I think we're gonna get some rain today. We got some yesterday. We had a storm yesterday afternoon. Holy cow, it was coming down. I'm gonna kind of off and on sprinkled for a bit, but last night, yeah, we got some good rain. All right, let's see here. Oh, and while I'm looking at it, the next one is Betsy's. Betsy, your table topper. Fantastic. Fantastic. I love it. I love it. I love it. Love it. Beautiful. And I love Robin. Robin's fabric didn't arrive for her leaves, so she did a Halloween leaf. I love that. What a fantastic idea. Oh, Madeline, how cool. Very fun. Madeline did like a big table runner for her island. No, a small table runner. A mini runner. Ah, mini runner. Okay, wow, Madeline, do you drink tea? Wait, what did I miss? Can't even handle a single cup. I'm such a wimp. Oh, ah, you're not a wimp. You're not. Trust me. Tea, coffee. I need something warm in the morning. That's my deal. Madeline, take your background square and snowball the two opposite corners. Take your background square and snowball the two opposite corners. Okay, let's see here. Place one 2x2 inch B square in the upper left corner of 2.5 inch by 2.5 inch C square on the wrong side of the small square. Do you ever have a do you ever have a do you ever have a Sunday morning where you're reading something? I have this happen to me occasionally. I'm reading something. My brain understands the words I'm reading. It's not like it thinks it's a different language. But at the same time, the words are not actually making sense. Okay. So let me see if okay, do I have enough? Let's just make sure we have enough before we start horsing around. And we're going to see if whoops, there we go. I gotta move over a little bit. Okay. We're going to see if, then I can't read this. Wait a minute. Never seen a coffee. Take your background square. Take your background square. And Snowball. The two opposite corners. Snowball. All squares are 4.5 inches when it's time to sew. Then I just want to put it. Okay. What does sew mean? I think Snowball is when you put one up here. You put a small square up here in the corner. I made a love stream. Jerry. Hi, Jerry. Don't worry about the measurements. You're using larger squares. Okay, that's 3/4. Okay, hold on a second. I'm thinking. I was just gonna say. Did you hear that? I was just gonna say. Ah, yes. You made the live stream. Thank you, Jerry, and welcome. I wasn't sure. Every once in a while, you get somebody on here. What is a love stream? Love stream. We take your stem square and snowball it with your background square. Take your stem color square. Okay, here's the only problem. I don't have a square of my stem color anymore. I only have strips of my stem color. So, yeah. And all the rest of my greens are in the thing. Okay, so let me see something really quick. 1/2, 3/4. Wait a minute. Why is this 1.25 inches? Isn't the how'd that happen? 1.5 inches. What in the heck? 1.25 inches. 1.5 inches. Holy cow. Okay, we're not using that ruler. Oh my gosh. I don't know what happened there. But somewhere in here I have a little one. Okay. I'm just trying something. Okay, I'm just trying something. I'm just trying something to see if it'll work. So that I can move on and make another whatchamacallit leaf. Okay. All right. Now let me see here. I don't know if this is going to work. I want to reach into the screen and do it for you. I would like for you to reach into the screen and do it for me. You have no idea how many times I've sat here and said, I wish somebody would just reach through the screen. Like those stupid Ohio stars. Is it Ohio star? I still have PTSD from those stupid stars. And I haven't done them yet. I haven't done them again. Every time I think about it, I'm like, oh. I am going to try it Madeline's way on the next one. So I'm only going to do this one time. But, gosh, so congested this morning. But for the purposes of today, I want to move on. Yes, this stream is full of love. Yes, use a different color. Angela, go back and read Madeline's messages, not background. Stem. No, I got this. I got this stem. Yikes, late, but glad I made it. Hi, Donna's Creative Adventures. Welcome to the live. Okay, Robin, it's a killer. Okay, I'm trying to catch up with the messages. Okay. Sandra, back. I did go back and read her messages, but I can't. You guys are right. Okay, let's just see if this worked. Okay, so last weekend we went to, for those of you that are just joining in, last weekend we did something that we haven't done in, we did one thing that we haven't done in 2 decades. And then we did something that we haven't done in probably 8 years, 6 years, 7 years, something like that. The thing that we haven't done in the last 6 or 7 years is we went on a little vacation. We usually either end up talking ourselves out of it or we never fully talk ourselves into it just because of work and, you know, between moving and everything else. And then, you know, all your energy and your money and everything else, your finances, everything gets poured into. When we moved in here 3.5 years ago, everything, like all of our spare time, all of our spare nickels, everything we've just done for here, and we've kind of just kept talking ourselves out of it. And so, like a lot of people, some people are not blessed to have even still after 7 or 8 years gone on a vacation. So I know when you can't shout at me, I know you need Madeline on the phone and an earpiece whisper to do. I do. I know. I do. Like a newscaster. Okay, move to the right. Move to the right. Now cut. I am going to do Madeline's. Let me just get this one. I'd like to get this one leaf done. And then we will, I will get some scrap pieces and we'll try Madeline's method. How's that? And then we'll just save the rest of the leaves for this week's videos. Deal? Okay. When you know, Robin. Okay. So, and it was my birthday. So many of you sent me so many wonderful birthday messages. You guys are, I can see how people who, are on platforms like this, talk so highly of the people that join them or comment to them or just hang out with them, because you guys are just unbelievable, and you become this little family community group of people that we've just fallen in love with. And it's like we've known each other for a long, long time. Anyway, so we finally just decided. Steve said, "I'm doing this for your birthday. We're gonna go," and we did. That's not right. This is right. Okay. And it was unbelievable. I made my stem blocks oversized and squared them to 4.5 inches. That's what I just did. Although the way that I squared it to 4.5 inches is not printed as a method anywhere in the quilting universe. No one would ever suggest, no one would ever teach, and no one would ever encourage that you do it the way I did it. But, oh, okay, you turned it around. I hear you, Madeline. I hear you yelling at me. No, turn it around. I did. Okay. I did the stem like Blue Rooster. Excited to learn the Snowball method. 22 of us are here today. Yes, give us some thumbs up and some hearts. Okay. Your trip. What Steve keeps saying. Okay. So now, if I do that, it should be right. God willing. All right. Let's sew it. Okay, let's sew the stem on. All right, and I'll tell you. So that's what we did on Saturday. Last week on. Okay, sew it on there, Angela. So that's what we did last weekend. We went to. We broke the trip up driving down to Key West because I'd never been to Key West. Steve hadn't been there in a gazillion years, a long time, and because it was a kind of a long drive, we broke it up. So the first day we went like halfway, which was Naples, which is a beautiful, oh my goodness, beautiful area. Hey Betsy, it's doing that thing again. Come on. Could you wake up? We're on a live. All right. Hang on. Okay, so my machine's got to do its thing. I did the stem the same way, Betsy. Yeah, that's what I did here. And usually it's only a split second, Betsy, but today it was taking a beat. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we spent the night, Sanibel Island, and we had talked about it when we were talking about where to stop that first night, but we, for some reason, ended up in Naples. And it was great. Oh my gosh. It was great because Naples reminds Steve and I really of kind of where we used to live in California. And so it had all of the like creature comforts that we missed. There were restaurants and different kinds of restaurants, like Thai restaurants. There were like 2 Indian restaurants. There were stores and stuff, and just how well and manicured and everything the whole area was. The sides of the roads and all that kind of stuff. All the common area stuff was it just reminded us of home. Period. We are looking for new cameras. Yes, we can. We are. I know it's hard for you to see sometimes because I'll push it back as far as it'll go without pushing it off the table. Okay. So, and here's the other thing that they had in whatever. Here's the thing that they had in Naples that I swear to you, I was almost in tears, because the ones around here to us are still like an hour and a half away. And so we never go. In fact, I haven't been to one since we left California. And it was probably 6 months before we left California that I actually went. We went to Trader Joe's. Yes! It was fantastic. It was one of my birthday gifts. We passed it, and Steve said, ah! And he took me to Trader Joe's. Now, the other great thing about it being a birthday gift is Steve was working on something on for his social media stuff. And so he looked at me and he said, we were trying to get out of town to get to Key West. And he said, you can't be here all day, but take your time. And here's my credit card. I tell you what, if he'd have whipped out a diamond at that moment, it wouldn't have been any better than a little traipse through Trader Joe's. I had Mongolian barbecue. We looked for Mongolian barbecue, but there's none in the state. There's not one Mongolian barbecue, Robin, in the state of Florida. And yes, the card. It was awesome. Fresh fruit, little snacky things, rice crackers. And, okay, I should have brought the bucket in here. Trader Joe's, if you've never had them, they're in the freezer aisle, where they have all the freezer food. And then above the freezer foods, they have the, like, stacked cookies and things. Okay. One of the cookies that they have are these mini chocolate chip cookies. It's a blue and silver label. Okay. Blue and silver label, mini chocolate chip cookies. It's not the ones that say they have like an outrageous amount of chocolate chips or even more chocolate chips. It's just called mini chocolate chip cookies. They are, at one point when we were driving the rest of the way, we were hungry and we didn't want to stop for fast food. We didn't want to stop to eat. In fact, there was nothing to stop for. So there was nothing to stop for, period. And so I said, oh my God, Robin, I got their sweet lemon scones. I'm still eating them. I still have part of the package and I kind of dole them out to myself. Oh my God. They're so good. They're so good. Anyway, the mini chocolate chip cookies, we were hungry. And so I opened the bucket and just set it on the console between us. And the only thing you heard for about 5 miles was the sound of crunching chocolate chip cookies. And Steve said, I said, oh my God, those were good. I missed those. And he said, I couldn't get them into my mouth fast enough. They're so good. They're so good. And I only bought one bucket. But yeah, it was fantastic. And Steve actually has a picture of me coming out of Trader Joe's with 2 grocery bags of food and their Waldorf salad. So good. A little pre-done Waldorf salad, or it's like their remake on a Waldorf salad or something like that. Oh my gosh, it was fantastic. I can't. It was so good. It was just nice. It was just so reminiscently nice. It was fabulous. It was just fabulous. Trader Joe's food porn. Totally. It was just, I got the little plum quads. I think I was moaning. Okay. Awesome, Steve. Scones. I'm drooling. Oh, the scones. I'll tell you what. In Florida, there's one in Tampa. There's one like in the Old Town kind of Tampa-ish area, somewhere around that way. And every time that we go down to Tampa, I either forget to look because so many of the things that we were used to aren't here. For fear of Trader Joe's Borden. Oh yeah, he stayed in the car. And I'll tell you what. Oh my God. If we'd not been trying to get the second leg of the trip, I'd still be in Trader Joe's. Okay. The salad is fantastic, and don't let the dressing kind of. I don't know if you're a dressing aficionado. I'm usually not, but it's like I think it was like a maple vinaigrette. It was. I'm serious. Okay, so we get back in the car. We're on our way to Key West. And went through Miami. No, so we drove for a little while longer, and there's a sign that says, "Okay, I'm signing. Can't think anymore. I'm sewing," but then we had to get out of the car to help Angela carry the 2 bags of snacks from the cash register. Okay, Trader Joe's is in Minneapolis. Our closest is in Minneapolis. Oh, Betsy, drive to California. Just go. Oh no, you're in Montana. That's kind of Minneapolis. Go. It's worth the drive. Seriously, take a truck. Okay, so I'm sewing on the third row. Lost my train of thought. The scones. Okay. There we go. Oh, you know what, Betsy? I think the problem before was I didn't have the foot down. Angela. Okay, so we get back in the car. We're on our way now to Key West, and there's a sign that says on the side of the road, Alligator Alley. Pretzels. Did we get pretzels? I didn't get pretzels. I'm in North Dakota. Yes. Give me your list. I have one 10 minutes away. Seriously, the chocolate chip cookies. Just case those puppies up. And the scones. The scones were great. Oh, the Waldorf salad. You can't ship a Waldorf salad. We have TJ. And Whole Foods, about an hour from us. Yeah, you know what? We used to have Fresh Market in California, and then they left California, except for like one location in Southern California. So we used to have Fresh Market, which is very, very nice, but it's a little more bougie. I mean, we love it. But that Fresh Market from us is about 45 minutes to an hour away. So we use that as kind of a close second, but it's not the same. Like Trader Joe's just has all that quirky, different, amazing, and reasonably priced stuff. Whole Foods is more expensive. Whole Foods is bougie. It's more on the line of like a boutique Whole Foods is Fresh Market. But I still love it. But it's not like Trader Joe's. You see Trader Joe's, man, and you pull off the side of the road. You just do. All right, anyway. So we're driving. Focus, Angela. So we're driving. You're just not going to do it for me, are you? Hang on. Gotta be there. Oh. It still didn't work quite right, did it? Okay, anyway. Hang on. Let's just sew it on and we'll see what happens. And we see a sign for Alligator Alley. And that's what it says. Alligator Alley. Come up ahead. And so I said, is it really Alligator Alley? Are there really that many? And so Steve's dad, years and years ago, I'll hit the pause button there. Steve's dad, years and years ago, before Steve was born, Steve's dad worked for Florida Power. And they used to have to drive, they would drive their line trucks across the Florida Everglades. Well, one night he broke down, and as he was walking along this road, as he was walking down this road, it was late at night and there were no lights or anything out there, and he felt stuff kind of swishing against his leg. It was alligators. Anyway, that was before they put up, but now there's like 8-foot fences, barbed wire across the top, and it's to keep the alligators from coming out of the water and onto the road to eat the people driving. Yeah, no. So I said, "Oh my God, that's amazing," and all right. The good news is I was pretty close on the stem. The bad news is I don't know what I don't know. Maybe I closed my eyes while I was sewing. Oh, Sandra, you are a sweetheart. Okay. So any super chat money that you guys, any super chats that you guys give us, just so you know, we appreciate more than you guys know, more than you can imagine. And what we're trying to do is trying to get another camera so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Without me having to move that. Right now I have the computer monitor there and I just move it back and forth, which is not ideal. So thank you, Sandra. You are a sweetheart and we appreciate it very, very much. Super chat. Okay. I don't know what I was thinking. It's like I was sewing on a different. It's like I closed my eyes. But so I might redo that. We'll see. I mean, like when you hold it here, you can't hardly tell, except for the fact that we're sewers, and so we know. So, block 1, I think. I really like that. Not bad, huh? Not bad for kind of half winging it. But I think I will end up redoing that one line before we actually finish this and sew it together. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking because it's off. It's just off like a 1/4 inch all the way. It's like I was sewing it just on the wrong. Maybe I was looking at the wrong connection back there. Yeah, I was. That's just weird. Okay. Now let's good job, Angela. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. If it's moving, you can't tell. Yeah. See my finished block? Fabulous, huh? All my seams lined up. Good job sticking with it. How do you change your amount on the super chat? Well, Betsy. When you do it, Betsy, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little slider. There's a little slider. There should be a little slider. Let's put it that way. Let's you adjust it. Okay. Now, all right. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take 2 pieces. Okay. Madeline's probably gonna end up having a stroke by the time this is done. I'm gonna take 2 pieces that I like, but that we're not using. Thank you, Betsy. Oh my gosh, what a sweetheart. I'm gonna take 2 pieces. Hold on. Two pieces and see. Thank you, Madeline. Their first super on a live stream. Wow, congratulations, Madeline. Okay, so I'm gonna take 2 5-inch pieces and we're gonna try it Madeline's way while I tell you about the rest of this trip. Hang on just 2 seconds. Let me just see if I can read this while I'm. Okay. Close. Okay. Relevant. Newest. All right, here we go. Okay, here's my question, Madeline. I have this 5-inch square. On the picture, okay, on the picture, there is a border. It says C on one side and down the bottom. Don't read the measurements. Okay, I'm not going to read the measurements. So am I? If I'm snowballing it on. Oh wait, it's clicking. Yes, so on the diagonal. But do okay. And then fold back. Okay, all right. Okay. Don't say anything else. Okay, so on the diagonal. Okay, laser. Put down. All right. So we had not planned to drive through the Everglades, and you need the tractor. You just want to move the yard. It was not on our plan to go drive through the Everglades, and I would only, just as a side note, if you ever come to Florida, and you decide you want to do this, do it during the day. Do not drive down there at night. Do not, because there is nothing, and when I say there's nothing, I mean there's nothing for miles, miles and miles and miles. It was probably 2 hours that we were in this area, because it cuts you through from you cut through the Everglades, and it drops you into like Miami. So when you get to the end of it, you're basically in Miami. So don't do it at night, because you go literally miles and miles and miles and miles, and there's nothing. So if you break down, it's a bad breakdown. All right, now Madeline. I'm gonna cut, right? So that it's gonna look like this, right? Yes? Yes. Okay. So we drove through the Everglades. It was unbelievable. And when I say it was unbelievable, I mean it was unbelievable. There were signs for panthers. There were, and there's swampy water that is literally road high and right off the road. And so we were probably about an hour, maybe half hour in, and Steve goes, "Oh my gosh, there it is," and pulled over, and there were, don't cut all the way through. Don't cut through all. Okay. Oh, So cut behind the background when unfolded. By how much? So, okay, so this is what I'm looking at, right? Madeline is saying, I'm only going to cut. Don't cut. Okay, I won't cut. Okay. I'm not kidding. But I'm only going to cut this one, right? The cream. Cream or this is black. We went another, so he pulled over and you could see this alligator just sitting in the water. And I tell you what, those puppies, they don't even, the water doesn't even move. Fold back the cream. Okay. Fold back the cream. Drop the green. Okay. I'm with you, Madeline. And so Steve was taking a picture. And now mind you, we've got the fence in the way and we didn't get out of the car. Those two. Okay, hang on a second. Hang on. Oh no. Whack him with a paddle. Oh jeez. The two you had in your hand. Okay. Left hand. Okay. I'm not cutting. I won't cut anything. No cut anything. Okay. So then, so we stood there. We got a couple pictures of that one. Then we drove a little bit further, and we do see the manatees. So we live near the springs. Fold over the green. Okay. And so there's some restaurants that we go to in Crystal River that are on the water where you can watch the manatees kind of cut those on the table. Oh, I think I know what you're saying. Okay. Quarter inch. Okay. Madeline. Wait 1 second. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Okay. Everybody's saying hello, Minnie. You want to see Dad? Here. Yeah, I'll show you. Okay, Madeline, I'm going to send you. Let me see if I can do this. Hang on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay. Anyway, Madeline, I have to read this when I'm not on here because then everybody's just watching me read. So I'm going to read this. And then I am going to. Where is what I'm looking for? Here it is. No, that's not it either. Madeline. I'm going to put my email address in the chat box. Madeline, send me an email and I will send you back my cell number. And then it will make better sense. You can just send me. You can text me a little video, maybe. That would be easier. Because I'm losing my mind trying, and I don't want to cut. Okay, so we went through Alligator Alley. Then we went another few miles. We ended up seeing a poor alligator that had been hit by a car. And he was a big boy. Steve would probably guesstimate. He was probably about 8 to 10 feet long and probably weighed about 1,000 pounds. And they're big. They're beastie. We then continued on. We went down, got to Key West, checked into our hotel. We went and had dinner. We had pizza on the street on Duval Street, which was just fantastic. The weather was hot. I didn't expect it to be quite that hot. It was so hot. And then Saturday, what did we do on Saturday? Saturday we got up and we did what we said we weren't going to be. It must have been unbelievable damage to their car. Yeah. Saturday we went and we did the thing that we said we weren't going to do, and that is we went down to the southernmost point buoy. And if you Google it, it's the buoy that sits at the most southernmost point buoy And it's not an actual buoy in the water. It's just a replica of a huge buoy, like a 10-foot buoy. And you can stand there and take your pictures, and it's all decorated. And from that point, you are 90 miles to Cuba. And they say that on a good clear day, you can actually see the tips of Cuba. We did not. It was too hot. I couldn't see anything because of the sweat that was dripping into my eyes. It was so hot. But we did get a picture, and we said we weren't going to wait in a line to do that. And we did. And it was a very touristy, very amazing thing to do. And we had so much fun. And then Saturday, we bummed around. We got to see geckos. Not geckos. I always want to call them geckos. Iguanas. So when you get down that far, we saw them the last time we went to Mexico, but which was eons ago, probably 9 years ago. But they are all along the side of the road as you like over the 7 Mile Bridge, and as you are going down into Key West, they're just all on the side of the road. Like the way that you have little lizards or I don't know, bugs or flies here, there's iguanas just all along the side of the road. And when they run, their arms are all discombobulated. It's hysterical. And she was just obsessed. In fact, she was so stunned when she saw them that she was barkless. She just couldn't even bark. She just had nothing. She was so stunned by the sight of them because she loves lizards, but these were big. A couple of them were as big as she was. So we did that on Saturday. We drove around. And then Saturday evening, we had an appointment. Saturday was my birthday. And so on Saturday evening for my birthday, which was not a surprise. We had planned this. On Saturday evening for my birthday, Steve and I officially got married. So that was a big surprise. That's a big reveal. We did that on Saturday evening, and we did it exactly the way that we wanted to do, what we wanted to, right on the beach. And it was unbelievable. There are just no words. Absolutely no words. So that's what we did on Saturday night for my birthday. That was my big birthday gift. And it was amazing. And I'm so happy. So we did that on Saturday. Madeline guessed that I was pregnant. I am not. Thank you. It was just absolutely, it was just wonderful. It was on the beach. It was just the two of us and Minnie and efficient. And it was just, the water was just unbelievable. And the beach down there is, thank you, Robin. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Betsy. The water in Key West, the beach in Key West is, in the Keys, is, thank you, Dubrovka. That's very sweet. Thank you, Sandra. The water down there, I was telling Steve, I'm a beach baby. And so the ocean just kind of, I don't know, being on the beach, walking on the beach, swimming in the shallow waters of the ocean, to me is just heaven. It just does something to my soul that I can never and will never be able to put into words. And everywhere that we go, California water, Florida water and Clearwater, Florida beach, and not preggy. Nope, I'm not. Nor will I be. But the ocean in Key West or down that way is just, I don't know. It's a calm. It is such a soothing. When you go down there, the beach and the ocean and the water down there, it's almost like it calls to you to calm down. It's a different, like, even with there's all kinds of crazy, like people drive crazy because they come from all over the place and blah, blah, blah. Even then, if you're driving, like you're doing something crazy driving, people I don't think I ever heard anybody honk the horn. I don't know. It's a different kind of laid back atmosphere. And the ocean seems to, I don't know, maybe the ocean is what does that. I don't know, but it's amazing. And We got great pictures, and I thank you all for your congratulations. And yeah, we've been together for a long time, and we wanted to get this done, and we needed to get this done. We've been together almost 30 years. Can you imagine? I know. And so we did it. There was something else. Oh, and the other thing I did on Saturday, which was for my birthday, was Judy Blume, the author, has a bookstore and kind of a writing conservatory. She has these cabins and things for people who are writers. And she has lived on Key West for ages and ages. And has this independent bookstore. And so we yes, I got to go to, and we have pictures. She wasn't there, but we have pictures. Steve has a picture of me outside of Judy Blume's bookstore called Books and Books, and the studio, I think, is called Books and Books in the Studio. And so yeah, we got to go to Judy Blume's bookstore, and Steve bought me 2 books, a mystery that he actually found, which I know will be great because he always, even though he doesn't read the kind of books that I read, he always ends up picking great books. And then I know who from Gen X doesn't love Judy Blume. And then the other thing that I wanted to do was buy a Hemingway book in Key West. And so I did. And I got a kind of a collaboration book that has 3 or 4 smaller books in there of stuff that he wrote while he was living in Key West. The only thing we didn't do, and we didn't remember it until we were almost home, is we wanted to go by Hemingway's house. But I will say this, by that point we were come Sunday we got up, we went back down to Duval Street to get some t-shirts and stuff, and by that point we were kind of ready to get on the road. And so we missed Hemingway's house, but secretly that's my excuse to for us to go back. So maybe we'll go back next year on my birthday, and maybe we'll go to Hemingway's house then. Who knows? Anyway, so I will end with this. I got the best birthday gift anybody's ever gotten, ever, in the history of birthdays. And are dogs allowed to a restaurant or stores in the USA? It's all hit or miss, Dubrovka. It's a great question. So we, yes, Betsy. Oh, that's very sweet, Betsy. Yes, I will have Steve post. He was on, and then he wanted to get the yard mowed so that we have to go to Home Depot. Yeah, we had a little bit of a fail yesterday, so we got to get some more parts. This afternoon, I will have him post some of the pictures on Facebook from our wedding, and a couple other fun pics. I'll have him post our southernmost point picture too, because that was fun. Dogs. So dogs are not allowed in most grocery stores because of the food exposure. Restaurants are a different thing now. So we have been to some restaurants, more so in Florida. It's pretty rare in California. But every once in a while in Florida, like we'll end up at a restaurant, and I think because of the heat. Now, Minnie is also, she only weighs 7 pounds, and 99% of the time when we're out, like if we go out shopping or to a plaza or whatever, she's in a stroller. So every once in a while, we will have somebody from a restaurant say, you know what, if you keep her in the stroller, you can bring her into the restaurant so that we can sit inside where it's cooler and she can sit inside with us. Almost all restaurants that have a patio will allow us to take her on the patio as long as you're outside. And 99% of the time, we just keep her in the stroller. Every once in a while, at some restaurants that are dog friendly, you can have them on the patio and they can just sit on the ground. There's some areas like St. Petersburg, that are just unbelievably dog-friendly towns. They're just super dog-friendly. And then there are other towns that are just not. And other than that, almost all other stores, there's very few exceptions that we don't take her. And again, most of it I think is, and the reason we almost never have an issue is because she's so small. She's usually in a stroller, and she loves being in her stroller. So she's not like these dogs that are constantly trying to jump out or anything like that. She loves just sitting in her stroller, and she acts like she's taking it all in, like she's just observing whatever's going on. However, especially down here, we don't, for the most part, unless it's cool, we don't let her walk on the sidewalk and stuff because it's too hot. And she doesn't like walking very far because she's tiny, she's a little bit lazy, and she gets tired. So she doesn't typically walk very far, so we almost always take a little stroller. Don't judge me. When Steve and I first got Minnie, we said, okay, we're not getting a stroller. She's not going to sleep in our bed. You know, now she takes up more of the bed than Steve and I do. And we have 2 strollers. We keep one in each car. I'm sorry if that changes your perception of me, but we do. And we push her in the stroller, and people love it. And she loves it. So, yeah, after that, we headed back from Sunday. Sunday we got a Cuban sandwich from a place on the street, and it was fantastic. We tried to stay a little bit more off of Duval Street because it gets pretty crazy on Duval Street. I will say that. And once you hit about midday, when people have woken up from their hangovers and they start going back onto Duval Street, and then the weather starts to cool down a little bit, and the nightlife kind of starts to heat up. It gets really. We were there in off season. Summertime in Florida is off season, and basically winter, like fall, winter, spring, is on season. And for off season, the evenings were just, they get a little bit chaotic. There's a lot of loud music. There's a lot of bars and things that are trying to vie for everybody. There's all manner of things going on, all manner of things. And so it gets a little crazy. So we did stuff on the off streets, like Judy Bloom's bookstore. That's on kind of one of the side streets. And had a Cuban sandwich on Sunday. Got some T-shirts on Duval Street. And then that was it. We headed back up. We stayed the night in Naples. But on Monday when we got up, we just kind of got on the road and hit the road because we wanted to get home before it was dark. And we had to work on Tuesday. So that was our whirlwind. Happy birthday. Happy anniversary weekend. It was fantastic. And we're going to go back. I think the next time we go, we're going to go to Isla Morada, which is a little higher up, a little more calm, not quite the bustle. Hi, Alex. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hi, Alex. I think I called Jennifer. Did I do it, Jennifer? Jeez. I did it. I did prep for Eternity Homestead. Wrong one. I called her Alex, I think. Oh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm always calling you guys the wrong name. Anyway, you didn't say anything. Had a stroller because I don't want dirty paws. Yeah, that's the other thing, is I don't want her paws all filthy, and Steve's like, they walk on the street and then they're licking their paws. I don't want her licking that stuff. Ugh. Right? You want to go for a ride? Okay. All right, guys. She wants to go for a ride. He's almost done mowing the grass. We have to go to Home Depot. I hope you have a fantastic Sunday. I had so much fun. We got one block done. Tomorrow, Monday, is going to be part 3. Okay. Tomorrow will be part 3. But I think we got one done. And thanks for letting me relive my Key West adventure. It's like being there again. And I will see you guys tomorrow. We'll do part 3 of Scattered Falling Leaves Tabletopper. We will post pictures. People would love videos of Minnie's adventures. Oh, well, we've got, I tell you what, my phone memory is clogged with Minnie's adventures. Come in. Yeah. Wishing all the best. Love to you both. Thank you so much, Dubrovka. Have a great Sunday, everyone. Thank you, Angela. Thanks, Robin. Alex, love Key West. I love the Keys. We would move there in a heartbeat. She was like, let's just sell all our stuff and come live down here. But you wouldn't believe how expensive it is to live in the Keys either. Wow. Okay. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share Minnie's Stroller Adventures, a new channel. Oh, that would be good. Steve's always trying to figure out, like, we need to figure out a way to like mount a GoPro towards the back. I can't put it on her because she hates stuff on her, so she'll just shake it off. But I gotta mount a GoPro in her stroller so that you can see from like behind her and you can see like her perspective. That would be a great channel. I bet that would make me a mint. Who knows? I love you guys. Thanks for all the congratulations and all the well wishes, and have a fantastic rest of your day. I will see you guys tomorrow for part 3, Scattered Falling Leaves Tabletopper. And we'll post some pictures on Facebook later on today. Have a good one. I love you. Bye. Oh my gosh. I almost forgot. Only a 1/4 inch seam. Love you. See you tomorrow. Bye.